Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of This Week in Comics. I am Sid, we're here in Comic Connections as we are every week looking at the wonderful comics that come out each and every week, the same day that they come out in America. That's just how the industry works. I was going to say that's how good we are, but that is not special, we're all the same. So my first choice from Marvel this week is Punisher issue 1. Matt Rosenberg has been on Punisher for a little while now. He came on during the Legacy where they went back to the original numbering. Of course, they've changed direction now because that's while Frank Castle was War Machine. He's gone back to being Frank Castle, I'm going to kill you, Punisher guy, because that's how he works. But they're keeping the Legacy numbering, so it's a great jumping on point. It is an issue 1, but it is also Punisher issue 229. So if you like to have a full run of Punisher in your long box, which I'm going to call coffin box, because that just makes sense when you're talking about Punisher, then hey, this is the point to jump on. It's Punisher doing what Punisher does best. Shoot people. Gunisher. If you thought it's been a while since I've had a Scarecrow-orientated Batman miniseries, then hey, this one is super specifically for you. So Batman Kings of Fear doesn't just give us a Scarecrow miniseries, it gives us Kelly Jones back on the art of Batman, which is great because for a certain sector of people who were collecting Batman during the 90s, they will remember Kelly Jones very fondly. He also did the Batman Dracula Red Rain series, so you know, if you wanted to read about Batman as a vampire, there's a comic out there that does that for you. There's a comic for every reason and every season, it seems. So yeah, what's really nice about this is I wondered if Kelly Jones's art would be okay on today's comics. But you know what? Actually, they've put it on that old school newsprint that DC has taken to using recently, which means the pages really soak up the ink, make his art pop absolutely brilliantly well. It's very traditional looking in terms of like the villain art design. So if you miss how Batman used to look back in the day, this is absolutely the right book to pick up for you. If you read during the Nightfall era, that whole cast of characters looking like that are in this book. And it's only 6 issues as well. So you want Batman, you don't want a huge commitment, Kings of Fear. Another issue 1 from Marvel this week is West Coast Avengers, and it totally looks like it's not for me. But I have been surprised before on these books. So it looks like a massive departure from if you grew up reading the 80s, 90s Avengers books, where you used to have the sister title with the West Coast Avengers, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Hawkeye, all that good stuff happening there. It's an interesting looking team because it does look kind of like your C-listers, if not your D-listers. But it does look like Clint Barton is there leading the whole scene. So interesting. Let me know what you think, because it's not on my pull list. We have a brand new 5-issue series from Image this week with Cold Spots, written by Cullen Bunn with art by Mark Torres. It's very pretty. That's literally as much as I can tell you about this book. We do like to carry our independent stuff, especially Image. They've been doing some great stuff recently. Lots of stuff that's coming out at the minute that I'm really hyper excited for. Cold Spot is probably named after the fact that I've just missed that this was coming out completely. I know very little about it, but we like to give Image that shout out every week. And yeah, there is a new Image one if you want to come in and jump on. Yeah, I should be able to tell you more than that, really, shouldn't I? But I can't. How have you been? Okay, so that's the kind of the big 4 books this week, like your jumping on points, your issue 1s, blah, blah, blah. But we are going to take a quick run through at 6 other books that have made my personal pull list this week. Detective Comics, as I've said before, this is still a fantastic series. It's been worth jumping on for at any point during the Rebirth stuff. I have to look at the fact, like, when we look at our Batman numbers and our Detective Comics numbers, Detective Comics doesn't sell half of what we sell at Batman. And while Tom King's Batman is great, Detective Comics is well worth a look. So if you're a Batman guy and you're only doing one of the 2 books, but you're the kind of person who's like, oh, I wish there was a Batman this week. If you get Detective Comics, you get Batman every week. So, should be selling better than it is. Isn't. Superman in Action Comics keeps on keeping on. We're a few issues into the Bendis run now. He's like 12 or so issues in if you count all the issue of thousands and issue zeros. I'm really enjoying it still. I know it's controversial because some people just don't get what Bendis is doing with his run. I think it's early days yet, but I'm definitely enjoying reading it every month, seeing where it's going. And I plan on being on board for the duration unless he does something really, really silly, like get rid of Jonathan. Like, I don't mean send him to space, I mean like kill him. Look everyone, it's Teen Titans 21. You'll remember me saying last month sometime that Teen Titans is worth checking out with a new creative team, with Adam Glass taking over, with Damien's bold new direction, and a lot of you responded to that. The sales on Teen Titans are much higher than they were previously, and the feedback's been very positive. A lot of you have seemed to enjoy it. A lot of you seem to like Crush as well, who's Lobo's daughter. So yeah, Teen Titans, another book that we try and keep in stock, because it's a jumping on point and you can catch up quite easy. Venom, issue 5. There's not much to say about Venom that the internet hasn't already said for me. This series has heated up, it's literally exploded. Issue 3 is going for upwards of £15, issue 4 is going for upwards of £10. And it seems like one of the characters in this, Null, has shown up previously in Jason Aaron's God of Thunder run, so that's pushed some of the God of Thunder back issues up quite high. It's interesting, like, we don't do this for the speculator scene. We don't want comics to go up massively in value, become rare, and everyone's hunting for them, because there's negative connotations that come with the speculator market. But it is nice when a book organically finds an audience and lots of people get excited and people are hunting for back issues. So it's kind of cool. And it's only 5 issues in. Marvel are doing a semi-good job of keeping the previous issues in print, so you don't have to pay your £15, £10 an issue. So yeah, if you're interested in Venom, this has been the first time in like 20 years where there's been a real buzz around the character, and it seems to be devolved from the creative team on this book, not just because there's a movie on the way. Because if they were just cashing in the movie out of the way, it would just be by the numbers Venom threatening to eat people's brains and not fulfilling his promise. Who wants that? And then wrapping things up, Jason Aaron's Avengers run. I think this is the last issue of Ed McGuinness on artwork, which is a bit sad, but he has managed 6 issues in a row without taking a break, so that's very cool. Well done, Ed McGuinness. Jason Aaron's Avengers run continues to be one of our best-selling Marvel books. It's not our best-selling Marvel book, though, because Amazing Spider-Man just keeps finding a new audience. So I ordered high on issue 1, we sold out. I ordered more, they sold out. I've ordered more, they've sold out. Issue 1 has gone back to second print. That will be available from today as well. So there is still time to get on with this. We are waiting for the issue 2 second prints to come in, because issue 2's just vanished. But we will have those very soon as well. So there is time to come on board with an Amazing Spider-Man book from issue 1. And that seems to be something that a lot of you are very keen on. So cool, I'm glad you're enjoying this. The feedback's been great. Ryan Otley's art's fantastic. Nick Spencer's writing has been very strong so far. Doing something different with the character that we've not seen before, where Peter Parker and Spider-Man have been separated into 2 beings. But when you separate a character whose premise is great power and great responsibility, one of them gets the power, the other has a responsibility. So they have actually opened a new door on Spider-Man, and they're doing a story we've not seen before. And that is fairly impressive for a character who is 57 years old. Yep, probably older than Uncle Ben was when he was shot now. So, doesn't that make you feel old? My graphic novel choice this week is Sandman Volume 1 by Neil Gaiman. The reason why it's my pick this week is because genuinely it's brilliant. It's one of my favourite runs ever. There's 10 books in the Sandman series which chronicle all 75 issues of the Sandman run. They've done lots of other stuff here and there as well, tying into it, like The Dreaming, Books of Magic. I haven't been in love with those like I am with the Sandman run. It is shocking to me how many of the customers have said, like, oh, I've never read Sandman before. And they have picked up the new issue 1, so that's awesome. They're trying something new, but they, really should check out the 10 volumes of the original Sandman series, because it is stunning works. It's high art, it's literature, it's everything good about comics that isn't Spider-Man punching people in the face, because I also love that. And yeah, I would love if people checked this out and enjoyed it as much as I do. And like I say, Sandman issue 1, cheap plug, has sold very well for us. We keep reordering that. We'll keep this in stock as we have for the last 25 years. And hopefully some of you can find a place for this on your bookshelves and in your hearts. Ooh. Oh. Just a couple of other things to cheaply plug this week. We finally have a full set of the very hard to find Fantastic Four art germ covers. As you know, if you watch this video, Stanley Liu's art germ variants are really hot at the minute. Variants in general have been a really good seller for us. We're doing a special deal for standing order customers where you can buy all 4 covers for £20. They're super rare variants. We had to jump through a lot of hoops with Marvel in order to get these. We had to wait 2 weeks after arguing with Diamond to get them as well, because they didn't want to send them to us because reasons. We have them. We're doing a great deal for you. So yeah, if you want some awesome looking variant covers, please come in and check them out. We also have the Sid's Toys exclusive Sting Thinker set, which was made purely for the TF Nation convention, which was last weekend. We still have a limited stock of these available. They're selling very well for us online. We don't expect them to be around for long. So there you go. You got some cool comics. You got some cool trade paperbacks. You got some cool variants, and you got a cool little toy. I think we've covered everything this week. That's it. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time. And comment, like, subscribe.